Hello and welcome to VendOp News, where I cover the weekly happenings in the supply chain and procurement market. My name is Jay Bartels, and let's just dive right in. General Motors has been forced to lower automobile production due to complications from COVID-19. A shortage of parts has led to disruptions for them and others in the automobile industry. While GM hasn't specified where the bottlenecks are, it is likely related to red alerts in Mexico. The Mexican states of Durango and Chihuahua have been hit hard by the virus, and manufacturing has been restricted. There are also parts suppliers in the chain who are struggling financially. Many of those who are struggling aren't able to meet the strict COVID-19 protocols put in place. These protocols are understandable, but are making it difficult to get back to normal production levels. And with new outbreaks surging around the globe, industry officials anticipate further disruptions. Sales in the spring dropped by more than 1/3 as most of the country went into lockdown. And that hardship was followed by a 2-month production line shutdown, which left inventory low. Automakers dependent upon global supply lines are going to have a hard time rebounding if these conditions continue. Our next article takes a look at a couple of the key takeaways from a recent multi-industry supply chain survey. Supply chain academics partnered with Automotive Industry Action Group to interview professionals from around the globe. The first key point they share with us is that supply chain disruptions from COVID-19 will persist. Consumers may think this is due to fluctuations in demand, but the truth runs much deeper. Manufacturers continue to deal with a range of issues, from logistics to labor constraints. Also still at play are surges in supply and demand, as well as labor shortages. The survey also highlighted the unique nature of the pandemic and the way it unfolded across the globe. The virus evolved over time, affecting different parts of the world at different rates. This left many companies unable to anticipate the next level of disruptions to their supply chains in a timely manner. However, companies who had invested in predictive tools and technologies before the pandemic reaped their benefits. Those with enhanced technologies in place were able to be more proactive than reactive. The visibility offered by advanced supply chain technologies allowed for the early detection of many disruptions. And predictive tools will continue to give them a considerable edge as we brace for further waves of this pandemic. Our final article today examines the serious benefits of implementing advanced supply chain technologies. New developments can help supply chains increase visibility, manage complex and diverse supplier networks, and benefit from early warning systems. In March, nearly 75% of U.S. companies reported supply disruptions due to COVID-19. And here we are in November, still dealing with the virus and the waves of complications it brings. Comprehensive supply chain visibility is now at the top of every list. With supply networks spanning the globe, the need for reliable evaluations of every player at every step becomes even more important. Supply chain analytics platforms offer access to reliable real-time data on the total supply chain. This enables organizations to identify where supply and demand will interact with logistics. And then we need to address the vast web of supplier networks. Some networks consist of hundreds and even thousands of suppliers. For example, one integrated healthcare system master vendor list can exceed 6,000 suppliers. It is not realistic for organizations to have the resources needed to manage these suppliers and their contracts, to track their services, and to provide timely invoicing and payments. A procurement platform that leverages integration and automation is a critical piece of this complicated puzzle. Supplier diversity has become a popular phrase lately, and for good reason. But identifying suppliers that are reliable, agile, and diverse is a huge task. Third-party organization technology can introduce diversity analytics. This tech can measure supplier spending, as well as evaluate and activate new contracts. Finally, let's discuss the issue of early warning systems. From toilet paper to laptops, we have seen how demands can skyrocket and shrink overnight based on people's fears. But by leveraging automated real-time surveillance capabilities, supply chains have a much better chance. Technology can provide early warnings, forecast surges, and help companies plan coordinated responses. Analytics offer the precise data required to predict areas of vulnerability. And with an increased ability to introduce safeguards and mitigate risks, small disruptions can remain small. Thank you for watching VendOp News. Again, my name is Jay Bartels. I'm the CEO of VendOp. At VendOp, we manage the performance of vendors and suppliers and save companies millions of dollars per year. If you would like to join a panel discussion with other industry leaders, reach out to me via LinkedIn or email me at jay@vendop.com.